Hello there.
Hello, beautiful.
Nick, why are you rushing us? Hello, welcome to Fandom Fights. That's Nick. He's got a beard and he looks great. I'm Tim. I have a patchy beard. It's not quite as full as yours. This is Fandom. Rule of 2 versus Cabin 66. It's the tournament. Nick, thoughts?
Yeah, excited. This feels like Rule of 2, obviously a former Rookie of the Year team, currently becoming a veteran team, one of the top ranks in the tournament, as Cabin 66 comes in as a rookie team made of non-rookie people, both of whom have found success before. Every team, just about 7 of the 8 teams in this team's tournament are definitely formidable, and any of them could win. This is definitely a who's who. I don't know who's going to win. Could be either. Oh, hello, dog.
Yeah, it's my parents' dog. He's staying with us, and he's rather mischievous. He's trying to eat the toilet paper. So
I thought Buckle dyed his hair.
Dusty, say hi. Okay, we'll get into the promos.
You're muted, buddy, man.
How are we supposed to do mean talkies when there's cute dogs running around? We absolutely possibly couldn't. This match is going to be just for big Star Wars fans answering trivia questions, as life should be.
Yep. What is your shirt?
Let's do this.
Eat that horse.
Yeah, I don't know how we're supposed to promo when there are dogs.
I mean, it's funny that Alex said that about Star Wars, because the only Star Wars content I watched in the past 2 months is Bad Batch seasons 1 and 2 and parts of season 3. So,
well, I was watching Echo and Werewolf by Night, so we're very much primed for this match, Kaiser. So,
very much so.
TV fights, let's go.
Bad Batch, very good. Werewolf by Night, very good. Echo, poo. Nick, any thoughts on the promos?
Nope.
Great, let's get into it. Starting with round number 1. Nick, how's it going to work?
Round number 1 is going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions around Fandom Fights. Each player is going to have 15 seconds to write down their answer. At the end of 15 seconds, we'll say pens down, at which point the players will reveal their answer and speak aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece, and sharing individual players all 2 questions correct in round number 1. They would receive a bonus question. Each team will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Teams any questions begin in round number 1.
No, I almost did a legit spit take. Maybe I should have. I think it would have made it better.
That's fair. First question comes in the category of horror icons. Who is accused of killing Tina Gray after she is murdered by Freddy in 1984's A Nightmare on Elm Street?
So Dusty really wants to get into the bathroom.
The door's open.
He wants to. I know he wants to go in and steal garbage and toilet paper, but every time every time he goes close, I mute the mic and I go, Dusty. He's 8 years old, but he's like a felon. He's just very mischievous. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Robert.
I didn't remember. I said Ron.
And let's go to Alex.
Rod.
Let's go to Kaiser.
Rod.
Okay.
And David.
I said Rob.
Rod is correct. So Alex and Kaiser will hit that as we get into your next question in the category of the Wizarding World. Which Wizarding World movie features a character using a spell called a Stinging Jinx? So my parents are in Italy.
Yeah.
That is why we have their dog. But I still lived at home when this dog came into the lives of the Brzakalas. So I still feel like he's kind of partly mine, but then he does naughty things, and I want to disown him immediately.
So what you're saying is he's like the animal embodiment of Dusty Lee from Just Friends.
2, 1, heads down. Let's go to Alex.
So Deathly Hallows Part 1?
Let's go to Kaiser.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Such a fucking long title.
Let's go to David.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
And Rob.
Don't
Robert.
write Harry Potter. Just write Deathly Hallows Part 1.
I do that, and then if I have time, I just do Harry Potter.
3-3 is the score. Nick, what's next?
Next question comes in the category of Star Wars. Name 4 Star Wars characters whose bodies are seen to fade away into nothing during or after their deaths in a Star Wars film.
He's just sitting there, just trying, like, I don't know. I feel like he's mocking me.
He's knocking?
Mocking.
Yes.
He's also sitting really close to my bar, like he's trying to steal booze or something.
He's very much doing I'm not touching you, but dog version.
2. All right, that's going to be the first repeat for Rule of 2.
Name 4 Star Wars characters whose bodies are seen to fade away into nothing during or after their deaths in a Star Wars film.
You and I have talked about this a lot, but not in a while. You are a rum fan, yes?
Yes, sir.
Do you like flavored rums?
Depends on the flavor.
I bought and tried the pineapple Captain Morgan today. I'm a fan.
Pineapple, any like tropical fruit usually goes well.
What do you mix with it?
With a pineapple rum?
Yeah,
Nice.
just straight on the rocks. Yeah, that's yeah. 3.
I just wanted to see how the conversation went.
Down. Let's go to Kaiser.
I'm like super unsure on one of these. Yoda, Luke, Leia, and Obi-Wan.
Let's go to David.
Yoda, Obi-Wan, Leia, Luke.
And let's go to Robert.
I wrote it in the same order as David. That's fucking weird. Yoda, Obi-Wan, Leia, and Luke.
And Alex.
Yeah, and I went Yoda, Obi-Wan, Luke, and Leia.
So you're all correct. We also would have accepted Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
that was my alternate. Okay, thank God.
So Nick, I have 5-5. Is that what you have?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, your next question is going to come in the category of Star Trek. Who plays the human ambassador on Nimbus 3, St. John Talbot, in Star Trek V, The Final Frontier?
I believe it's Sergeant Tim.
He's Saint.
That says Saint.
Saint.
I thought he
think
was
that's-
like I thought he was like a religious leader or something.
I
for a
think
second.
that is an abbreviation for Sergeant as well, but I threw the G in there just in case.
Oh, I always thought it was Saint.
Maybe it's Saint. I don't know. That'd be weird. I'm
5,
looking it
4,
up.
3, 2,
Repeat.
1. All right, that is the first repeat for Cabin. Your question again. Who plays the human ambassador on Nimbus 3, Sergeant John Talbot, in Star Trek V, The Final Frontier? Could be St. John Talbot. We're not 100% sure.
Maybe just John Talbot.
Maybe. That could work.
I mean, there's a character named
Loving these
Johnny in
repeats.
the same
There
band.
is, Nick. I love them.
Yeah.
Especially when they hit the right answer.
I just want them to write out the word. Would that be so
5,
difficult?
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to David.
It's always me when this come up. Greg Henry.
No.
No.
Let's go to Robert.
David Warner.
Let's go to Alex
I didn't have it.
and Kaiser.
David Warner.
David Warner is correct. So Rule of 2 takes the lead, 7-5. What's next, Nick?
Next question comes in the category of Criminal Underworld. In Ocean's 13, when Yen is posing as a super high roller, who poses as his translator?
Who's your least favorite? Well, actually, no. Let's go the other way. Who's your favorite criminal that currently plays in Phantom Fights? To me, it's got to be Brittany Tapley.
It does
The way
Boatman
she
stick out here?
stole our hearts. Oh my God! 5, 4.
I like
No
when
one.
I
2.
like when Mike Hanley killed that guy.
Hands down. Boatman shot someone. Let's go to Robert.
Said Linus.
Let's go to Alex.
Couldn't remember his name.
Let's go to Kaiser
Linus.
and David.
Linus.
Dusty. That's correct. 9-6 is the score. He was going for the garbage. Your next question is in the category of the MCU.
Heard of it?
In which I don't know who said that. That's funny. In which MCU movie does a character try to have a heart-to-heart conversation with someone through an earpiece before being told they are not wearing one at all?
I thought you were going one place.
Oh, he came over here.
Yep.
Still looking.
Yeah, he is. Dusty. Look at Nick.
Maybe he just wants to make sure no one else gets the garbage.
I thought you were saying the answer to the Ocean's 13 question was Dusty.
Dusty.
Oh.
Dusty.
Oh.
4.
I think I fucked up.
Repeat.
All right, that is the second read. God damn it, for Cabin 66. Your question again. In which MCU movie does a character try to have a heart-to-heart conversation with someone through an earpiece before being told they are not wearing one at all? Is Nazario playing? Maybe a Mike Hanley?
Is Boatman still playing? Because he's the ultimate war criminal.
That's what I've been told.
No is the answer, but that's why I was trying to search elsewhere.
Other than Boatman?
I'm trying to, like, someone had to have committed tax fraud.
Ooh, I could see it. I could definitely see, like...
I'm hesitant to throw out names for fear that they may take me serious.
Well, hands down. Let's go to Alex.
Said Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Let's go to Kaiser.
I was only asking if it would be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
And David.
Black Widow.
And Robert.
So I thought you were going Guardians before. That's Black Widow.
Black Widow is correct. 10-7 is the score. Nick, what is next?
Sure, I guess.
Your next question comes in the category of DC. In Superman 3, what type of animal alerts Clark that Ricky is in trouble in the wheat field?
So my sister texted me the other night and she goes, I was playing trivia at a bar tonight and I missed a DC question. We could have used you. And I said, oh yeah, what was the question? And she said, what does DC stand for? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Could be used here.
Should have had a.
It's in situations like that, like where you're just like,
3,
my talents feel
2.
so wasted.
1 hands down. Let's go to Kaiser.
I haven't seen Superman 3 in God knows how long, but
Let's go to David.
Okay.
And Robert.
Dog.
And Alex.
Dog.
Dog is correct.
so the dog spoke. Okay, interesting.
Woof,
Really?
woof, woof. Okay. Your next question is in the category of American Spies. Which American Spies character has, throughout the course of their movies, attended an opera, almost died from hanging, and been given the code name Pluto?
Fucking Joe.
Yeah. I know. It's revealed.
Oh, is it because he writes questions? In
This
that
is the
style?
Joe special, yes.
Comma, throughout the course of their movies. Comma.
This is my last 3 years has been dealing with this.
Nightmares.
4,
I'm okay with it.
2,
Dig it.
1. Hands down. Let's go to David.
Benji?
Let's go to Robert.
Benji.
Alex.
Benji.
And Kaiser.
Benji.
Benji is correct. Nick, what's next?
Your penultimate question comes in the category of Law and Order. What is Clive attempting to sell to an undercover Carter at the beginning of Rush Hour?
Last time you were in Rush Hour.
We drove up to Rhode Island. There were some cars in the way. I got very angry.
Nice. Yeah, I'm a pretty angry driver.
Likewise. How dare.
I was in a construction zone today going 8 over, and somebody was like behind me, like up my butt. I'm like, dude, construction zone. And then he gave me the finger. So I gave him the finger, and then Maggie was very upset. 5, 4, 3.
I would have just stopped and been like,
pens down. It was right after church, so it wasn't very Christian of me, but you know. Let's go to Robert.
It's C4.
Let's go to Alex.
C4.
Let's go to Kaiser.
I want more general explosives.
And David.
C4.
C4 and explosives we can take. So it is 15-13 as we get to your final question of the round in the category of mixed bag. Ooh, what could it be? Your question is, Sylvester Stallone, Robert De Niro, and Eric Bana have all voiced what type of animal in Fandom films? I like this question.
me too.
But now that I know it's Joe, I can't give you all the credit.
Hey, Kaiser,
okay.
when I miss a perfect round by a letter, I'm going to throw this board.
Dang.
I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
is that right? That sucks.
Yeah.
It's okay. Someone recently guessed Roy, and Tim got it right.
Maybe. Maybe this is the...
And then Nazario went, Rod!
1, pens down. Let's go to Alex.
Horse.
Let's go to Kaiser.
A shark.
Let's go to David.
Shark.
And Robert.
I can only think of Bobby D voicing a shark.
Shark is correct. The films are The Suicide Squad, Shark Tale, and that one Nemo film. So
That's right.
the score at the end of round number 1 out of 17-14. Is that what you have?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, Rule 2 is in the lead. They have 2 repeats remaining. Cameron 66 only has 1 repeat. We're going to get into round number 2. How's it going to work, Nick?
Round number 2 is going to work like this. It is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 Fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each player will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. They'll get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you'd like to check down multiple choice, in which case it'll only be worth 1, but be on the lookout for stealings available in round number 2. Tim, what's on the wheel?
On the wheel today is horror icons, MCU, creature features, Star Trek, Disney animation, epic adventures, criminal underworld, and the wizarding world. So, rule of 2, you're in the lead. Do you want to spin first or defer?
Bring in our manager. Nope, not here. I think we should just give them what they want and let them go first, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we're pleasant people.
No, that's my thought. Yeah.
Defer.
All right, this is going to be the spin for Cabin 66 then. And it lands on Criminal Underworld.
What do you think?
I mean, I think we have spun this category more than any other team and swept it, like a lot.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
right?
Which means we're not going to do it this time. Let's do it. We it is.
Just watch the match. You did that.
What? Yes?
Yes.
We will keep this.
Okay, great. I heard we, so I wasn't sure.
That's French.
Oh, silly me. Okay, Nick, would you please go ahead and give Cabin 66 their questions in Criminal Underworld?
Cabin 66, I'll be giving you questions in the category of criminal underworld. Are you prepared for them?
We.
Your first question. Which Fast and Furious film primarily takes place in Brazil?
Fast 5.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Fast 5, final answer.
That's correct, for 2 points. All right, your second question. Who plays Tammy, a mother who specialized in buying and selling in Ocean's 8?
Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson. Yeah.
Sarah Paulson, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. And the lead. Your third question. Who first tells Dom that Letty has been murdered in 2009's Fast and Furious?
All right.
I don't quite remember this.
It's not Brian, right?
For
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, Mia, B, Brian, C, Giselle, D, Hobbs?
I think it's Mia.
Mia.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Mia, final answer?
That's correct for 1 point.
We didn't think of that.
Your penultimate question. What does John have to give to the Elder to reaffirm his fealty to the High Table in John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum?
Is it his... Okay. Is it his finger?
I think it's the wedding ring.
Okay. Have you seen this relatively recent?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, trust you. Go ahead.
Wedding ring, final answer?
That's correct for 2 points.
We would not have accepted finger.
That is true. And your final question in Criminal Underworld. In Ocean's 12, what specific type of location is Danny at when Terry Benedict comes to his house?
Jewelry store.
Okay, go ahead.
I think let me... I think she calls...
Yeah, because he's buying for... Yeah.
Yes,
He's buying for
jewelry.
his
You say the fucking word.
jewelry store, final answer.
That's correct for 2 more points and a sweep of Criminal Underworld.
All right, so they get their total up to 23. Is that what you have?
That's what I have, Tim.
Nick, we are in a very interesting position if Rule of 2 hits their next question.
Shush.
Okay, all right. So we're going to bring in the wheel. This is going to be the spin for Rule of 2. There's not been a single one of those this season yet. And it lands on the Wizarding World.
Do you want to do this?
I guess you can keep it, right?
Do you feel okay? I want your legitimate.
I mean, it's my best category. Just that it's fucking deep, but it's still my best category.
All right, we'll just take it. Take it.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay.
Let's think about it.
I'll be giving you your questions in the category of the Wizarding World as soon as Dusty lays down. Okay.
Fuck down, Dustin.
All right, guys. Your first question in the Wizarding World. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. All right. Your question in Wizarding World. Okay. Your first question. Which Wizarding World film features a wedding being interrupted by a Patronus warning of Death Eaters coming?
Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Yeah.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. And I believe we have a 23-19, Nick. Oh! 23-19! We have a 23-19!
Should have fucked that up.
All right, guys, your next question in the Wizarding World. Which Wizarding World actor said the quote, "Go forth from this place and spread the word. It is not we who are violent"?
Johnny Depp. Yeah.
It's him and not the other one, right?
It's definitely Johnny Depp at Crimes of Grindelwald. Yeah.
Okay. Johnny Depp, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
I thought so, but I just wanted to be sure.
Your third question. Who does Harry take to Slughorn's Christmas party in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince?
Luna.
Mm-hmm.
Luna Lovegood, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. And that's a tie game as well. So your next question. In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, what is the first thing Hagrid does using his magic umbrella?
He lights the fire.
Yeah, that's
the
before he
fireplace.
changes Dudley. It gives
Yeah.
him the. Yeah, all right, I should stop talking. Go ahead. You go ahead.
He like lights fire at the fireplace. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points and the lead. And your final question in the category of the Wizarding World. In Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry and Ron find moaning Myrtle crying because someone threw what specifically in the toilet she was in?
Tom Riddle's diary.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was Ginny, right?
Yeah.
She was getting right.
Yeah, he was.
Tom Riddle's diary. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points in the clean sweep of the Wizarding World. So, Nick, at the end of the round, it is a barn burner. I got Rule of 2 in the lead with 27 to Cabin 66's 23. Is that what you have?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right. How is round number 3 going to work?
Round number 3 is going to work like this. It is the betting round. We have 5 more questions that are on the Fandom Fights. Once the players share the category, they can choose who will take the question. The other players will have to take question 2. Teams can reset for questions 3 and 4, and teams can confer on the 5th and final question. Once they hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they'll gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Teams, any questions as we get into round number 3?
Nope. Not this
Yeah.
time.
Go, Tim.
All right, the first category you can bet points on is Detective Comics. Let's get bets, starting with Rule of 2. Who's taking it and how much?
It's in the name too.
And Cabin. All right, your question in the category of DC. Who directed The Kitchen?
Oh, whoa.
This is the guest bedroom.
That is unfortunate.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. I have updates on that, by the way.
Nice.
Probably have to talk later, though.
I have down raisins.
3, 2, 1.
Repeat.
Okay, that's going to be the final repeat for Cabin 66. Your question again. Who directed The Kitchen?
Hope I'm thinking of the right person.
As far as rooms in the house go, where does the kitchen rank?
At least
Gotta
number 2.
It's got to be top 3, yeah.
Yeah, I've been grilling a lot this week, though. So I haven't been using the kitchen as much. I grilled steaks last night for the first time. They worked out so well. I was so happy. I was very pleased. 5.
Anna made steak once.
3.
Almost burned the place down.
Pens down. We're going to start with David.
Catherine Tabor.
And Robert.
Andrea Beerloff.
Andrea Berloff. It is. It's spelled incorrectly, but phonetically it is correct.
Okay.
Is correct. So with that, it is 29 to 21. I had to do math to make sure it wasn't over. You still have a game, and Robert is in the. Or Robert hit it, so Rule 2 is still in the lead, 29 to 21. Nick, what is the next category that Kaiser and Alex have to take?
Next category is James Bond.
Let's get bets, starting with Alex.
2.
And Kaiser.
1.
Okay. Nick, what's the question?
Your question is, Blofeld is attempting to start a war between what 2 countries in You Only Live Twice? Don't know why didn't capitalize. Don't I?
So Alex needs to hit this.
Yep.
And
Kaiser
Kaiser
needs
needs
to
to miss in order for us to move on. That was the fast way of saying what I normally would expand upon quite a bit.
Indeed.
Dusty looks really sad.
Oh, Dusty.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We are going to start with Alex.
Is it Japan and England?
And Kaiser.
The USSR and the USA.
And your winner, Rule of 2, USA and Russia, Soviet Union, USSR, I believe is another term for it. So final score of 30 to 19. But Nick, I thought it was a lot closer than that score, I think, kind of has to say. What are your thoughts post-match?
Oh, yeah, listen, Rule of 2 coming in, had a chance to be the number 1 seed, missed out on that chance. I think they're kind of looking for vengeance because even as the number 3 seed instead of the 1 seed, I still think they're a favorite to win this whole thing.
I agree.
And they should today because Cabin 66 has been playing lights out. Even after their last loss, they became one of the top 5 percentage scoring teams of all time. Cabin 66 did. So they were coming in here no slouch as the number 6 seed. And Rule of 2 taking them out, I think, makes a big statement for the rest of the tournament. I'm excited to see how they do, but I think both teams did great today.
Absolutely. So we are going to go talk to the players right now in the post-match interviews.
Cabin 66, you guys have been playing on fire. You came into this tournament off of a loss to a very, very good team who also has a very good chance of winning this whole thing. But now you find yourself in a very similar situation, losing to a good team who could go on to win the whole tournament. You played great. It just so happened that data questions fell in what would normally be a strength. Going to multiple choice anyone going to multiple choice in this tournament could be the difference maker based on the 8 teams we have playing in the high caliber they're playing at. Ultimately, when all is said and done, Kaiser and Robert missed 3 questions collectively. I think Tim's right. You didn't play bad. You just played some people who weren't missing today. How are you feeling about the match? Go ahead.
I mean, honestly, a 4-point deficit in round 2, the round 3 isn't that awful. We swept round 2, which is apparently what we do. But round 1, 14 points is not bad for our mindset right now. It was just unfortunate. I swept DC in my last match, I think. Well, in the last match that aired, I swept DC, and I have been hitting DC questions like very consistently. Geek is usually something I don't have issues with. It just happened to be one of those obscure directors that I am not reviewing anymore. So, I mean, it happens. So then it puts us in a position to have to bet 2 every single question. And hey, look, shout out to Kaiser betting 1 in Bond, because usually that would be a category that somebody with 8 points lead will bet 0. But they show that they have come to play, and they've come to play and win early if they can. So yeah, that's scary. That's intimidating for them going forward. They played great. They literally outscored us in every single round. So there is no reason to believe round 3 will have been different. But hey, also Alex told me to use our repeats, and I did. Only one successfully, but I did.
That's not really what I meant when I said that. I agree. It is all David's fault. James Bond, it's, I should never have to bet 2 on that. It is David's fault that we lost this match. I agree completely. I will accept some blame in round 1, I guess, but like
I am the B player in another team, and I love it.
We got to fix that. And hats off to those 2. I can't wait to get like 3 months off.
Hey,
while
we
you
are
finish the tournament.
we are 2-2 now, so maybe an easier team, because we were a debut team, and you have been pairing us with killers.
Yeah, come on, Duel the Fates, something.
This is true. You have set me up for my next question. You started out fast and furious, pun intended, and you've quickly been brought back to 500. Is there any team you're hoping to go up against to bring it back? Maybe get on that roll.
Okay, Alex, I think Alex has a joke answer.
Great.
I would love to play Welcome to Fandom. I would love that. There is nothing more than I would love than that.
Okay, it's not a joke answer.
Nope.
I do have. There are 2 people in Fandom that I really, really would like to play again, because it's been a while, and that's you and Nick. So make it happen.
Me and Tim. It's okay. We get confused.
You and Nick, yes, that's right. You and Tim. So I know.
So me and Tim get back together, play you.
No, God, no.
You play both at the same time.
I know you
Let's
have teams.
do it!
So
we do have 2 new teams, and yes, that is a very strong possibility in the near future. So,
okay.
Don't throw Grumpy or Ren. If Wookie Mistake couldn't do it, we can't.
Kevin 66, congratulations on a great performance. We will see you again very soon. Rule of 2, looking like you guys are back to top form. Obviously, you had a long break at the beginning. Some of the higher ranked teams who had shots at the belt sort of had to sit back and take a bit of a breather. And then coming in, I thought there was very easily a world where you guys come in as the number 1 seed, you run the tournament, and you make it to the end. Quick stumble right before the tournament, but it clearly has had nothing but a positive effect on you. Because you didn't just take out a rookie 2-1 team. You took out a former 2-time teams champion and someone who's challenged for the team belts before. This was no like veteran team versus rookie team. Like all 4 of you are experienced players. And I think you made a statement, only missing 3 questions. How do you feel about the match and your chances moving forward in the tournament?
I fucking hate Rod. That's my bad. I thought about it too, and I was like, is it that? No, that seems stupid. But that's my fault.
I hate Black Widow, so yeah.
Yeah, well, no. So when they did that question, Guardians was what I was initially going to say, and then they ended it with it doesn't have an earpiece. I was like, oh, it's Black Widow, because that's the first thing I was thinking. No, we were in danger of losing 4 of 5, like was it like 4 of our last 5 matches or something.
Something like that.
4 of
Four
our
of the
last
last 6, I think. Yeah.
And I didn't want that for us because I think we're better than that. Now, granted, one of those was in the championship game. One and then 2 were to Young Justice. 2 of which I say are controversial, but that's fine. It happened. So I was nervous about this match because of the caliber of players, but I think we got into a flow. And when we ran Wizarding World, we had a 4-point lead. I was like, all right, like if somebody screws up, we're tied, and I feel good about our capability to answer any variety of questions. You said the kitchen. And I was like, oh no. And then I remembered immediately who did it. And I was like, oh, that's cool to remember. Thanks, brain. The brain in here. Have you seen that meme of Patrick where it's like how I remember movie quotes and his brain is huge? And then it's the one where he's trying to put together a thing. It's like how I remember people's names when I just hear them. That's how I felt today. But fortunately, that works out in movie trivia. So hooray for us.
Absolutely. Kaiser, it's very early for you. Are you clearly you are a morning, you rise with the sun.
The sun is even up. What are you talking about?
Great.
Well, you rise before the sun, and it's great.
Yeah,
You're
I
wonderful.
Do. Indeed.
Cheers.
Rule of 2. Kaiser, I'll get your thoughts on this, but rule of 2, you are moving on to round 2 of this tournament, which is technically the semifinals because it is such a small tournament. So you're moving on to the semifinals. Your second semifinals in tournament, possibly moving on to the finals after that. I'm excited for the next one. So you'll either be playing the number 7 seed, the Board Identity, worst name maybe ever, but had a great showing in their first match, won by knockout, earned a spot in the tournament, could easily upset the number 2 seed, but the number 2 seed would see you in a rematch with Galacti's Nuts, with the script flipped where they are coming in the favorites, whereas you were coming in the favorites last time. It would be a replay of the last semifinal you were in. I would be pumped for that, but I'd also be excited to see Dean and Spence pull an upset. Which would you prefer? Thoughts?
Go ahead, guys. You go first.
Okay. What I'll say is, I don't know whether the match I aired by then, but Dean in a 5-way, he was awesome. Like he was there with me till like the second last question. So facing him in teams with Spence is definitely not something to be taken lightly. Like Dean is clearly on the rise to become another Igor or another Britney, whatever term you want to call it. But come on, Galacti's Nuts is fun.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
like
yeah.
when you said that name, Nick, when you did like who the teams were going to play, and you said that name, I was like, I don't understand what that means. I didn't understand the name, and then I got it, and I was like, oh, well, that's a terrible name. Albel's out for my blood. He's never beat me, and he feels like that's ridiculous, and I agree that it's ridiculous if you've seen Albel play. So he's out for blood. He wants to beat me at something. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I think he's going to pull some shenanigans when we play, if we play, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
And I expect it to be the last time it went into sudden death, and it was tough.
Yeah.
I imagine it will be just as tough. I respect Abel and Antonio, and I love them so much, but it will be a knockdown. And I think whoever wins that match, I feel pretty good about their ability to win the tournament. I don't care about the other side. I know who's on the other side. I feel good about whoever wins between us probably wins the tournament.
Yeah, Posse Galore, fuck, it's a worse name than the Bond Identity, which is
those are really bad names.
And let's not overlook Galacti's Nuts is still not a good name. They just have brought some respect to it over the years. But
it's
Posse Galore.
Last year was great for team names. This year it's not the
maybe
best.
It's every other one.
I agree.
Yeah.
Rule of 2, congratulations on the win. We will see you in round 2 of the tournament.
Sounds good.
Nick, fantastic match. Thank you to Rule of 2. Thank you to Cabin66. Thank you to Nick for writing. I have been Tim. We will see you guys with more singles and teams tournament here in Fandom Fights. Until then, have a great night. We'll see you next time.